what is going on? I know what's going on. We got the moon in Aries, and we also have Mars in Aries. I don't know about you guys, but my day yesterday was definitely fiery. As you can see, I lost my voice. I was doing a little bit of, I had a little altercation. So definitely, if you know anything about the sign Mars, Mars rules things like arguments, fights, and things like that. And Aries also rules fights, arguments, and things like that. So that's just interesting. And the moon being there and Mars being there and big Jupiter is also there. So it's like big energy and expanding on that as well. So yeah, so expanding on that. Yeah, so that's interesting. We have the moon, the Aries, and yeah, we're in Cancer. It's Cancer season. It's Cancer season. So we have the sun. It's in Cancer as well. All right, so with this card, ooh. Oh, my favorite cards. I always get this card. And yes, not always get it, but every time I do get it often, like probably once. Maybe I got to do a little better with the shuffling, but I get it like maybe once a week, once every other week. I frequent this card a lot, and when I notice with this energy, it definitely what you see is the fish, and when you see a fish, you definitely think of the water. You think of the water sign, and the fish symbol is on the sign Pisces, and Pisces rules spirituality. Pisces rules, you know, spirituality. It rules being like creative or creative energy. It's like a youthful energy as well. Pisces rules like innocence. As well as being very imaginative, being, you know, very in their imagination, also is delusion. But with this, I see like it's just that Pisces energy of maybe having like thoughts, lots of thoughts of, you know, of maybe daydreaming, maybe imagining things, maybe you know, being a little delusional, maybe having ideas of what things you want to create, maybe being a little bit more reflective and doing a little bit of inner work at this time. Yeah, doing the inner work. Yeah, so I'm going to pull one from the Moonology deck, and then we can see exactly how this plays out. Ooh, we got one that popped out, y'all. So this is it. It says your commitment is being tested. Very interesting. I love you, Spirit. Exactly what I needed to hear, at least for me. Just like for the argument that I had, it brought a lot of just awareness on some of the things that I need to work on. And it brought up things that, yeah, like I'm really lacking in, and that had to do with basically in my relationships, and how maybe I'm coming off can lead to things that, you know, that causes separation and things like that. So with the commitment, it's basically, I was led to some information. Basically, you guys should check her out. It's Crimson. I forget her name exactly, but she basically is breaking down like the feminine energy and the things like you want to make sure you enhance in order to really create balance in, you know, in our homes. So it was just interesting how after hearing that, I was just like, okay, there's maybe, you know, there's things that I'm not working on, things that I need to work on, and things like that. So, that being said, it was like the commitment. It was showing like, are you going to do the work, or are you just going to, you know, let it play out and just not do it? It's either we're doing the work so we can address the situation so later in the future, because this is something that happened in the past already. So later in the future, if we don't want things to be and unfold like that, we have to do the work because it's going to happen again. So yeah, that's interesting. So being commitment, your commitment is being tested. So I feel like something that we're doing, something that we have already done, yeah, something that has already been done, has is being like reviewed, is being checked. You're doing some like revision. You're you know, you're doing some revision, maybe spiritual, in the spiritual sense, doing some revision when it has to do with some of the things that maybe we are putting out, maybe some of the things that we're putting out and creating, and also, yeah, your commitment, like how willing are you and disciplined for you to really fix and correct what needs to be addressed, if whether that's in a spiritual sense or yeah, in a spiritual sense, like what needs to be revised and corrected. Yeah.